and welcome to the second annual Mocha Mental Magic Self-Care Conference. My name is Charmaine Turner. I am a lifestyle coach, and today I am going to talk to you why it's so important that you put you first. You first? Yes, you put you first. So as we go through this conference and this segment, I want you to keep replaying this in your mind. I choose me. I choose me. I choose me. Not I choose my husband first. I choose my kids first. I choose my job first. I choose the business first. No, I choose me. If it's foreign to you, hopefully you'll feel more comfortable saying it at the end of this conference. All right, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about who are you really? Is self-care selfish? Some different elements of wellness, the importance of boundaries, and how to implement change in your life. I know it can be hard, girl. I know it can be hard. But again, you're going to walk away with a toolbox full of tools and resources to use. All right, so if I asked you, who are you? How would you answer that question? For most, I get, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a business owner, I'm a federal employee or a government employee. I am a member of blank, blank, blank sorority, whatever it might be. I'm a member of such and such church. But there's so much more to you than those titles, those roles, a status. Who are you? Are you a God-fearing woman? Are you a dreamer? Are you a creative? Are you an empath? Who are you? What are your dreams, your goals? Deep down, who are you? For so many of us, we have lost that because of all of those different titles, because of the cape that we have been taught to wear. We lose who we are. And I want us to stop doing that because the world needs the real you. We need you here, walking in your purpose, using your God-given gifts and talents. And so many, we don't get to that. So again, after this time here at this conference, I hope you're more in touch with who you are, what's really important to you, what your goals and dreams are, what your talents and purpose are, and how you can fully live in that purpose. Self-care isn't just some term. Self-care is a way of life. It's something that you implement into your day-to-day life. It's not just something that is a splurge or something that's a hashtag. It should be a regular part of your life. Self-care allows you to get in touch with you. So again, if you're not quite sure who you really are, spend some time with you. Work on you, inside and out. Soul care. You're going to hear that terminology a lot in this conference. Let it sink in. Take it all in. Shed the tears that you need to shed. But get in touch with who you really are. Because a lot of times we lose that in those titles and those roles in what we do and not who we are. All right, so why do we struggle here? Because we get serious about it. We get serious about what we have to do and our responsibilities. But we also struggle because we don't take care of ourselves. So many of my clients, when I say, what do you do for self-care? Well, I really don't. And then we go down this list. Self-care is selfish. We see the hashtags. We see it in social media. Self-care is one of the most selfless things that we can do in our life. Why? Because when you take better care of you, you can take better care of the people that you love the most. You can take better care of the people that you worked so hard for. When you are at 100, not when you're empty, not when you're depleted, when you're at your highest level, you can put your best self forward. So your kids get the best mom. Your husband gets the best wife, or your wife gets the best wife. You can be best at your job, at your business, in your community. You can be best when it comes to your religion. Self-care is selfless. So remember that. Self-care really doesn't work. Again, try to go to the ATM and withdraw $100 and you're overdrawn, you're going to get a receipt. That's it. No money, nothing productive, because you can't run on E. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not sleeping, if you're not eating right, if you don't exercise, if you're not working on your stress and relieving that, you can't be your best self. That's where we find ourselves snapping because we're moody, because we have deficiencies, because there are areas that are depleted. We don't want to be that. I know I don't. I don't want to be that mother, that wife. I don't want to be that business owner. I don't want to be that neighbor, that daughter, that sister. I don't want to be that. So I have to pour into me. I don't have time for self-care. I hear this one all the time. If you have time to scroll on your phone, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, text messages, make the calls, shop on Amazon, you have time for self-care. And maybe you just don't realize how good it feels just yet. But once you get a taste, I promise it will not be a problem. You have time. You just need help organizing your time. Next, we hear self-care is too expensive. You don't have to take a trip. You don't have to live at the spa. That's not necessarily self-care. It can be, but there are so many other options that are not costly, heck, that are free. Take your sandals out and go outside in your yard, put your feet in the grass and get grounded. That is a type of self-care. Commit to 10 or 15 minutes a day, meditating and praying. Make sure that you're writing in your gratitude journal the things that you're grateful for each day. Play that music that resonates with your soul, that has you crying because those words are meant just for you. Those are all different ways that you can commit to self-care that costs nothing. They cost nothing, love, so don't use that as an excuse. And last but not least, guilt. I can't go to the spa on a regular basis. I can't get a massage like that. That's just for Mother's Day or birthdays. No, I'm not going to spend money on me because my kids want those new J's or that video game. I'm pretty sure your kids are not missing anything. They lack for nothing. For most of us, that is not the case. So don't feel guilty about investing in you. If you have goals, dreams, if you have a business, if you have a passion that you put on the back burner, why can't you invest in that? You're working hard. I know you are. And if you're done working, you have worked hard. So you should be able to invest in your self-care. Teach your kids the importance. We'll talk about that somewhere later. But you have the power to change the dynamic in your family, in your peer group. You can be the catalyst for change. This is one of my favorite quotes. Self-care is self-preservation. Audre Lorde said it, and it resonated so much with me. This picture even resonates with me because it reminds me of me and my mother. My mother is 61, thriving, killing it. She's slowing down a little bit, but thriving nonetheless. I want to be the same way. Self-care is self-preservation. Speaks to me in a way because what it says is preservation is longevity, not just for my life right now, but for my children's lives and those that are closest to me. It also means that my quality of life is important. My quality of life is impacted by my self-care, how I take care of me, how I make me a priority. You hear me saying me, me, me? You need to say it too. Because I don't want to be laid up in a bed. I don't want to have to use prescriptions to be okay. I don't want to have to be attached to machines or oxygen or whatever. Now, it might come, but I'm not trying to expedite it. I'm trying to push that off as much as possible by putting my self-care first. So when you start feeling a little guilty or you're thinking about your future, remember that. Self-care is self-preservation, and it's not just about you. It's about your family. It's about their future. You're teaching them. They're learning from you. You know they're watching everything that you do. So remember that. So how do we start working on this self-care piece? We focus on wellness in our life. Self-care and wellness are like brother and sister, almost like twins. We have to take care of ourselves, make sure that we are well from the inside out. I like to refer to my body as a temple. It's a gift from God. I'm going to treat it the best that I possibly can. This body is the only one that I have on this earth. So I'm going to do my best. Remember, self-preservation. So some of the elements that flow into wellness. Physical, that's the first thing that we think about. So what does that mean? That means we take care of our physical self, our physical being. So we get our sleep, we eat right, we exercise, we focus on the health of our temple. We go to those doctor's appointments that we just dread. We find out where we stand and what we need to do. Do it. This is the only body that you have. Make time. Don't make excuses. Make time. You can start with a 20-minute walk 3 days a week. Start there. Maybe getting up from your desk a couple of times during your workday and going for a 5-minute walk, taking the long way, skipping the elevator and using the stairs. So many simple, small steps can be implemented to help your physical wellness. So aside from physical, spiritual is huge. For me, I'm a Christian. That means God is first, then me, then family. So I make my spiritual relationship a number one priority. I don't know how people make it in this world without some kind of spiritual connection because we're dealing with so much chaos. I have to be able to pray. Lord, help me, Jesus. And I know you do too. So make sure that you're living in such a way that nurtures your spiritual wellness. Not on the back burner, not, oh, I fell asleep, I was going to get to it. Carve out that time, 10 or 15 minutes. Listen to some gospel music or spiritual music or something in your car when you're driving. Pray when you're driving. Make it a priority. Mental health. Why we're here. This is king. This is right here with spiritual wellness because we have to be mentally sound. We have to be okay. Again, we're dealing with the chaos of the world. We have seen racism, sexism, ageism. Our government is crazy. Gun violence, death. It's a lot. So you have to make sure that you're okay. You might have some traumas from your youth that were never dealt with. In our brown and Black communities, we kind of make this like a hidden thing. We don't like to talk about it. I love the fact that so many more people are talking about mental health and mental wellness. So in 2022, push that old mindset to the side. You make sure you're okay. You take care of you. Make that appointment. Connect with the resources in this conference, in the app, in the chat. That's what we're here for, to help you. All you have to do is say a word. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. We all need help. We are not meant to live this life alone. We have people that have been to marriage counseling, trauma counseling, so many things, family counseling. We have so many things going on around us. We all need help. So make sure that you reach out to that mental health resource and get the help that you need. Along those same lines, emotional health is so important because if you don't rectify those issues, it pours out in your emotions. You can be angry. You can be bitter. You don't want to be that way. So make sure that you get that help that you need. Emotional health is so key, especially when it comes to our relationships. And that's all. Our children and our family relationships, our spousal relationships, our friendships, our working relationships, all of those things. We have to be well when it comes to our emotions. Additionally, we want to look at workplace wellness. No one wants to go and spend 8, 10, 12 hours in a workplace that is a toxic environment. So to the best of your ability, bring that wellness to work. Come and bring a plant, a fish, aromatherapy, some gospel music, some Christian music, some Sade, whatever makes you feel better. Make sure your work environment is well as much as you can. Along those same lines, If it means bringing some devotion and praying, or praying on your way to work, I like to say you're putting on the armor. Put that armor on. Some workplaces you need to have it. And sis, if you know that's not where you need to be, break out that resume, dust it off, update it, get the help if you need to get help to refresh the resume, and get to looking for another opportunity so you don't have to stay in that toxic environment. Along those same lines, financial wellness. Now, some of us are in the toxic environment because of finances. So we have to figure out how to get out of the debt, get from under the bills. There are free resources available. You can go online, you can join groups, Facebook groups, Budgetnista, buy a book. There's so many resources out there, but you have to take the step to get out. Financial issues are so conflict causing, stress causing when it comes to relationships, marriages, and just life. It can impact that mental health. So we have to make sure that we get out of the debt, from under those bills when it comes to our finances. Remember, we're not supposed to do this alone. So get the help that you need. Environmental wellness. And when I say environmental, I'm talking about in our homes. We can do a little bit outside of these walls, but for most of us, we need to focus on what's in our home. Are we breathing clean air? Do we have the right filters? Are we using the right products, the right paint? Are we living in clutter? Are we addicted to Amazon and those packages continue to come and the boxes just pack up? They just, like we know that we don't need to be on there, but something is off because our environment is cluttered. It's unorganized. It can be toxic. So I like to use the closet test. If your closet is organized, great. But if your closet is scary and you have to close the doors because you don't want anyone to see, 9 times out of 10, there's some imbalance somewhere. Something is off. So make sure, again, that you get the help that you need so your closet can be organized and whatever is imbalanced in your life can come into alignment. And last but not least, social wellness. We all need someone. We are not meant to do this alone. You need to have a strong support system. It doesn't have to be 10 people. It might be 1 or 2. Someone that you can trust, someone that is close to you, someone that you have poured into and they can pour into you. So build that. You have to have that connection. We all need support. So make sure you're fostering those healthy relationships so that your support system is solid. All right. So some other things that we need to focus on include setting those boundaries. A lot of times we're overwhelmed, overworked, burned out because we don't set boundaries. We don't put ourselves first. Again, it's a foreign idea to a lot of us. So we have to start by committing to ourselves. Put it on the calendar as a non-negotiable. Every Thursday, I'm doing such and such and such. Non-negotiable. Don't erase it. Write it in a Sharpie. Lock it in your phone. Put it on a calendar that other people can see. Make sure you have someone that can hold you accountable. Tell a friend, tell that support system so they can say, hey, aren't you supposed to be doing such and such? Isn't this your self-care day? However you want to title it. But be accountable. Be committed. Be unapologetic when you say no. When someone invites you to do all of the things, when someone asks you to help with all of the things, when you're stretched too thin, say no. Just say no. You remember that drug slogan. Just say no. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't apologize. If you feel like you have to support, find another way. It might be sharing a post. It might be mailing something or sending an email. But don't be apologetic when you're saying no. I'm committing to me. I can't do this right now. I have a lot of things going on. I just can't. Maybe another time I can help you in this way. Find another way to say it or another way to support, but don't burn yourself out trying to be the super everything. I like to say burn the cape. I'm not super, I'm a regular person. I have limitations and I set healthy boundaries. You do the same. If it doesn't serve you, it may be time to let it go, whether it be an opportunity, a title, a role, or a person. Sometimes we have to set new boundaries. Sometimes you have someone who's draining to you, who drains your energy or brings negative energy. Maybe not cut them off, but definitely set those boundaries. Maybe an opportunity that you have filled for the last 5 years is just too much. You've outgrown it, or you would like to serve a different way. That's okay. Reevaluate things and set new boundaries. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Again, I know we're superwomen, we're strong, we got these muscles, all of that. Everybody needs a break. Let me ask for some help. I know you want to be independent. I got it. But even Miss Independent, Miss Superwoman needs help. So swallow your pride, ask for help so whatever it is can be done and you can move on to that next thing. Your support system is key. Be a good friend, pour into them, and they will do the same for you. And last but not least, delegate or pay for what you need. If you have been talking about cleaning a room, your garage, painting, whatever, and it's been a year and you have a pile of paint still sitting there looking at you, says pay someone to paint those rooms so it can be done. Pay someone to help you go through your garage. Ask a friend. Grab your young adult child or teenager. Hey, help me with such and such. If you have children in the home still that are old enough to do certain things, don't do it all yourself. Delegate. Hey, son, your chore is this trash. Hey, son, your chore is the dishes. Whatever it might be. Maybe you have a 10 or 12-year-old daughter who's interested in cooking. Come on, let me show you how to do it. Delegate or pay for it so you can check that box and move on to something else and not let that clutter or that unorganized, that disorganization clutter up your house. Get it done. All right, so what's next? How do we move forward with this? I want you to make sure that you take all of these tools from this conference and use them. Don't just take your toolkit and set it to the side. Use the tools and resources. That's why we are here. I want you to commit to you. Remember what this whole breakout session is called. I choose me. Say it over and over. Write it. Put it on your desktop. Put it on your laptop. Put it on the refrigerator. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom. Put it in your car so you can see it. I choose me. This is new to so many people. So you have to keep reminding yourself, I choose me and why? For my future, for my family, for my health, for my sanity, for my God, whatever your reason is, remind yourself, I choose me and why, and commit. Commit like you have never done before. If your health is an issue, this commitment is the first step in improving your health. I promise you. First step is the hardest part. You're here, virtually or in person, you're here. You've started the commitment. Finish it. See it through. If you fall off, get back on. It's okay. This is new. It's easy to go back to our old ways. It's okay. Get up and start again. Don't apologize to anyone for taking care of you. Don't make someone guilt you because you're spending money on you, money that you made and earned yourself. Don't apologize for taking care of you. If you have to teach them and show them how taking care of you is beneficial to them, do it. Don't apologize. Communicate these changes to those close to you and get support. Again, your support system is so key. Tell your spouse, tell your kids, tell your family, this is what I'm doing and you should do it too. Start that change, generational change. It can start with you. And support them as they make their changes. If you're a single parent, and I always throw this in because we're not all married. Now I am, but I was single for 8 years, a single parent of 3. If you're by yourself, connect with someone else. You can barter and trade, just like they did back in the day. Hey, can you watch the kids for 2 hours or 3 hours on this day? And I got you on your day. Get that trade going. Support them as well. I know it can be a challenge. I know it's not always easy, But even when you're by yourself, you got to take care of you so you can be there. They need you. If you're single and childless, you got to be here because someone loved you. You're someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's friend, someone's soror, whatever. And you know what? More than anything, God has a purpose for you. And you cannot fulfill that purpose if you don't take care of you, if you don't work on you, if you don't pour into you. So just remember, I choose me. I choose me. Keep saying it. It might feel crazy at first. That's okay. Keep saying it. Make sure you soak in everything that you get from this conference and use those tools and resources. We are here for you. Again, my name is Charmaine Turner. I am the owner and founder of Exalting Wellness LLC. If you need anything from me, please feel free to reach out. You can email me at info@exaltingwellness, or you can hit my website at exaltingwellness.com. I hope you soak everything in, take in everything, you guys, because we are genuine in our efforts and we want to see you do great. Be blessed, and I hope to see you at the next conference.